Wrestling fans from around the corner, around the world. I'm Dan Marotti.
And I'm Mr. USA, Tony Atlas.
It took him a second.
Always does.
Before we get to this great full-length episode of Memories and Legends, check out some of our great friends you can help support the cause to keep more Memories and Legends coming your way.
Irresistible force meeting the immovable object.
We're friends, Andre, please.
Maybe you'll believe this, Hogan.
You will never, ever see it again.
Austin face to face with McMahon.
Nobody tells Stone Cold Steve Austin what to do or when to do it.
And that's the bottom line.
Neither of these superstars is leaving this match without a few scars.
The story will end with me becoming the Universal Champion.
I don't think I've ever seen two more evenly matched competitors in my life.
WWE's Greatest Rivalries, available online or wherever books are sold.
Wrestling fans, check out the brand new lapel pin from our friends at Crimson Mask. Inspired by Stone Cold Steve Austin and Vince McMahon, it's Bang 316. Only $8 each or 2 for $12. If you think it makes a great holiday gift, give me a hell yeah. Get yours today at crimsonmask.bigcartel.com.
Amherst. On Sunday, March 24th, WWE Live returns on the road to WrestleMania with a massive main event as Braun Strowman collides with Baron Corbin in an epic battle. Plus, anything goes when Finn Balor takes on Bobby Lashley and Drew McIntyre in a brutal triple threat match for the Intercontinental Championship. And don't miss your favorite superstars. It's WWE Live on the road to WrestleMania in Amherst, Sunday, March 24th. Tickets are available.
This is Mick Foley.
This is Harley Race.
This is Shelton Benjamin.
This is Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff.
This is the Monster Abyss.
And this is Daniel Bryan.
This is JBL, and you're watching the MWF.
Be there live.
Wrestling fans around the corner, around the world, welcome to another installment of Wrestling Insiders. I'm Dan Marotti, joined by my not Hall of Fame co-host. You're getting there. Maybe you'll be in the Tinder Hall of Fame.
Maybe.
That's what the women say.
I hope so.
You know, Tony's got the...
Being one of the Hall of Fames is all I'd ask for.
There you go. There you go. We're back with the latest news here in professional wrestling. We did an episode you may have already seen, talking Raw, talking SmackDown, and now we have headlines from all over the world here in professional wrestling. And I have no idea what we're going to talk about.
Well, you do know this one. We'll kick it off with some sad news. We got King Kong Bundy passed away. Oh, my gosh.
How could I forget that?
You can go right into it.
Well, you know, as a young me, I was a huge King Kong Bundy fan. I started watching wrestling in 1986. That was when Bundy had, you know, the biggest match of his career when he headlined WrestleMania 2 with Hogan. I started watching a little after WrestleMania that year. He was one of my favorites. I liked the heels that Bobby Heenan had.
Walking condominium.
He was believable. He had credibility. It was in a day when all the characters were built up well with their enhancement matches that they have on free television, leading you before pay-per-view especially, where you had to go to the arena to see the featured matches, and then after the first run on the house shows, a lot of the times you'd see them on Saturday night's main event when they'd already made their money at the arena with them. But it was really exciting for me to meet him when he came into work for the Boston Bad Boy Tony Rumble's Century Wrestling Alliance. I did actually have a picture with him and an autograph. Kind of a funny guy, sarcastic. I think it was the type where he'd rub people the wrong way that didn't realize it was just his sense of humor. I know we tried to have him take on Warbeard Hanson at MWF Road to the Gold 2003. In Lynn, Massachusetts. But just a couple of days before the event, Bundy fell on the ice and hurt his back, and the walking condominium was bedridden in the condominium, so to speak. You know, I put together some autograph appearances for him over the years, and actually, believe it or not, I had reached out to him about appearing at WrestleCon this year. But he was already booked with another vendor who now, you know, really has kind of a tough hand to deal with. But, you know, very, very sorry to hear about King Kong Bundy. His original run with the company from that would have been, I think, late 1984 through early 1988. I mean, he worked with virtually every big superstar there was. He kind of left the business when it was white hot in the middle of that run. It's not like he left WWF in 1988 and went to NWA or another territory like that. I believe he got into some advertising. He did moving with Richard Pryor. He was on Married with Children a couple of times.
Even did that ESPN commercial.
That was during his second run.
Oh, okay. You're talking about just the first one. Okay.
Yeah, he came back in 94 into 95, and it wasn't much to write home about. I mean, he was made probably Undertaker's second worst opponent in WrestleMania history. Yeah. You know, Bundy wasn't getting up for tombstones or things like that. But I never got to see what was scheduled to be the February of 95 main event at the old Boston Garden, when it was going to be Bundy against the WWF World Champion Diesel. You know, I really wouldn't have expected much from that one, but luckily the event was snowed out.
Oh, wow.
And they wound up having a makeup event on a Monday, which obviously wasn't a Raw in March. I don't even think Bundy was on that one. But, again, sorry to hear about Bundy. To lose all these 80s guys, because to me that's when wrestling, 61, and he was very overweight. I believe he lost a piece of his foot, which is why he stopped wrestling independent shows after a while. But, yeah, I'm just really disappointed to hear it. He was a good guy, someone I wish we had here in studio. I seem to say that a lot, but I really wanted Bundy in studio, and someone I wish we had with us more in the MWF.
He's the first wrestler I ever met and seen and got an autograph from at the local high school where I'm from in Salem, New Hampshire. He was there, and he was the very first one. Like you said, he was larger than life because I was just a little kid, and he was huge. But he seemed like a nice guy then, and that's my memory of him. Like, I don't know him like you're older than me, but
his personality maybe would be best described as an acquired taste. There's a lot of people that they weren't his biggest fan, but I think if you understood that a lot of it was just sarcasm, you'd think he was a pretty good guy. Mm-hmm. He was vocal if he didn't like something.
Right.
Overall, WWE lost a good one, and again, they flushed the toilet on the opportunity to put him into the Hall of Fame while he's living. Yeah. He's someone that they may have had an issue with as far as the money, because there's been a few of those guys over the years. I don't know that as a fact, but it's just a shame it didn't happen.
Right. Moving on, we had, I thought this was cool. The Revival wants to bring back the old WWE tag team titles, have the old ones instead.
That'd be nice. The 80s
they were
version?
About, I thought that was a pretty
great.
cool idea. They did a little WWE video, their Instagram thing, and they were talking about that, and I thought that was a really cool idea. I never even thought about that, but because they're, considered the old school.
Well, I'll be blunt. I think the tag team belts suck on both shows.
Yeah, they're whatever. Yeah, you're right. But I think the old ones would be kind of cool.
Yeah, no, I like the retro look. I like that they still use the 80s classic Intercontinental Championship belt.
This one I can't wait to hear your opinion on. Dana Warrior has joined the WWE writing team for the girls, for the women's part. What do you think for a women's perspective? What do you think? Go ahead. I got to hear this. I've been dying for this one.
Everything that has led to every key aspect of that company's business metrics going down is the same thought process that has brought Dana Warrior into the creative fold. I know there was a substantial amount of money that was headed in the Warrior's direction before he passed away, and they've honored that, which I think is the right thing to do and kind of a classy thing to do. But they've ruined several Hall of Fame ceremonies having her show up with her boring speech. Once I can understand she wanted to speak about her husband, but it doesn't need to be done every year. I mean, he was a man that had a lot of conflict in that company, and there were much better ambassadors to WWE and much better ambassadors to professional wrestling than the Ultimate Warrior. I would like to see what they do done maybe during Pediatric Cancer Month in September on a Raw. I think that'd be a nice 5 or 10 minute break. Killing a WWE professional wrestler, well, I know it's entertainment, but in theory it is what it is. It's a Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame ceremony. To induct these people that have never had, people don't like the celebrities in a lot of cases. Look at the people that get the Warrior Awards. And it's nothing against them. It's nothing against the plights they've had in life. It's just the wrong place at the wrong time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I totally do.
And I think that's part of the reason why the Hall of Fame doesn't sell out anymore. I think the people, it's too long. Yeah, and having her take up that much time, again, I know it has nothing to do with her joining a creative team, but she adds nothing. She adds nothing to the plate. There's no one who wants to say, I need more Dana Warrior. in any capacity.
Yeah.
Could she be a creative person? Sure. She wrote, I saw someone retweet something that she had online that said, I've been writing since I was a kid. Well, that's great. But I mean, I've used the analogy before. I've loved baseball since I was a little kid. That doesn't mean I can effectively go in and play first base or manage the team or be the general manager of the team and sign the talent.
Yep.
I mean, one step forward, two step backs.
I mean, I totally agree. I was shocked with that.
I wish her success. She seems like a nice lady, but there's a lot of nice human beings out there. That doesn't mean they'd be a great writer for professional wrestling. And I think it's part of the problem, why every aspect of their business right now sees declining popularity.
Absolutely.
And it's scary. If they think the solution or to make the product better is to have that woman share her thoughts.
Yep.
I mean, come on.
I don't know. Moving on, we had Torrie Wilson is going to be getting inducted into the Hall of Fame. My opinion, I mean, it's good. You know what? She had there for a little bit, had a storyline going with her father, Al Wilson, and all that. So there was something there. You know, people liked it, and she's a beautiful woman. She definitely drew some numbers there when she was on TV, you know, always doing in the Playboy and all that stuff. So, I mean, you know what? For me, it is what it is. I'm not mad about it. So, you know, I'm
You just
cool with
don't
it.
care. Is that maybe the best way to put it?
Well, it's not that. It's
Are you happy or do you not?
No, I'm
you're
happy for her. I'm happy for her.
Why?
Because.
You think she had
Honestly,
a Hall of Fame worthy
here's the
career.
thing. Is the WWE Hall of Fame is so opinionated anyway. Second of all, anybody that got to step in that ring and had some kind of moment in wrestling deserves to be in it because it is so hard to get into.
Every person that has competed in WWE...
No, that's had a moment, that has had something big go on. And she was in a big segment with Al Wilson, her father, and all that stuff. It was.
For a couple of months.
But it was something.
You think that should be...
And she's also had other things. She was in Playboy, which helped, you know, WWE back then, and all that stuff.
Made them look bad, yeah.
You know, it makes them look bad. Everything makes them look bad because you don't like it. No, it was popular.
No. Let me correct you. There was nothing wrong with Torrie Wilson posing in Playboy.
Right.
Was it good for WWE's image? No. And I'm going to tell you why.
Okay,
you know me now for a long time. I've had access to just about anything in every department in WWE I've wanted to. I'm very lucky. I'll tell you this. The oldest Little Marathi, I never brought him to a WWE event, ever, because of that type of content. That's a true story.
You know what?
I did not want him to see bra and panties and those types of things. And that's why I was so happy when at least one show, it didn't have to be every show or every brand, but I was very happy when all the company focus moved towards something more family orientated.
And when it did
and the
that,
little
that's
one
when
goes
it
and he
went
loves it. Not necessarily
Oh,
wrong.
the ratings were definitely better back then than they are now.
During her run?
During then, just in general, it was definitely better. What do you call it then?
She wasn't around during the Attitude Era.
But I would like to look when
Things
she was...
tanked. Well, I mean, they just continued to go
Right,
down.
but at least they were still probably in the 4s then. Now they're in the 2s.
Yeah, but I mean, during her entire run, you just saw numbers slowly decline.
Yeah, but it was...
She never enhanced business. I don't think she necessarily hurt it. I mean, can you think, though, of one good match that Torrie Wilson had?
I didn't say matches, and you didn't hear me say matches.
Okay.
But
Can
she
you
was in
think
some prominent segments is what she had. And she had some storylines there that, you know...
It was great Paul
some good
Heyman
moments.
creative.
Yeah.
That Dawn Marie feud with Torrie was fun, and it was kind of funny to see.
You know.
It was something, and that was a perfect example of, like we talked about.
And she was also in the WCW too for a while, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and she did nothing there, too.
No, she done. You know what?
She
Billy
drove the
Kidman should be in the
Humvee.
Hall of Fame just for being able to marry
Billy
that for a
Kidman.
little bit. She's a
Don't
beautiful
even get
woman.
me started about Billy Kidman.
Oh, God, here we go.
He raked her over the coals as bad as he did me back in November of 2005.
Here we go, baby.
But
I
I'll
love
say
it.
this. I'll say this.
Go ahead, say
In
this.
addition to her beauty, she's a lovely, lovely person.
Yes.
She,
God, Alex Rodriguez.
in Dallas at the WrestleCon, she was very friendly with Carlito, and she came and sat at our booth for
you
a while.
loved
And
it.
just a very,
you
very
drooled.
nice
I remember
lady.
seeing the drool coming out of your
You
mouth.
weren't even, oh no, you were in Dallas.
yeah,
That's
of
right. You
course
weren't
I
at WrestleCon, though.
No, but I seen you drooling.
She's a pretty lady.
Yeah, she's a beautiful
Pretty
lady. Beautiful.
I have nothing
Have you seen what
against-
she look like now?
For a woman in her 40s,
Unreal.
spectacular.
Oh, man.
And I know someone's going to say, oh, why does it have to be about how old she is? I'm just saying.
Right.
She's defining her age. How about
Exactly.
that? She's defining her age
Yes.
in 40, whatever she may be.
Absolutely.
Can you believe she's older than me? But anyway, that's a different story for a different time. You'd have to talk to Mother Nature about that. It adds nothing. I can't think of anyone that's going to say, I can't wait for Torrie Wilson's speech. What is she going to talk about?
I don't know. We'll find out. That's what's exciting about it. We'll find out.
No.
There's two women getting into the Hall of Fame this year, so you're extra
There is nothing exciting about Torrie Wilson.
There's two women getting in this year.
I have no problem with the other one.
Here we go. Yes,
she fit.
All right, here we go. And we'll stay on the woman topic with Alicia Fox. She had no rehab. She doesn't want any rehab. And we found out why Arn Anderson got fired. Because he let her wrestle while she was intoxicated at a wrestling event. And I guess it was a big heated argument back there. And that's why he got fired. But she doesn't want no rehab or anything. And that's why she hasn't been on TV for a while. What do you think of...
Can I be blunt, since I believe this one will be just an online airing?
Yeah, go ahead.
Fuck her. Get rid of her.
I knew you were going to say that.
Piece of shit.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to tell you this. There's a reason why she still had that job since going back to 2006. I don't want to go into that story here on video, but you know what? She's lucky enough to have a job as it is, and then she goes and does that, showing up drunk at a non-televised event. Get rid of her. Adds nothing. No one would care. I'm going to really watch my mouth right now because you know sometimes my thoughts fly in our private conversations, but adds nothing to the company, disrespects her peers, disrespects the company. They do all kinds of meet and greets before those live events, and they're going to have her show up at a non-televised event drunk like that. I mean, I'm going to say this. It's not the 80s. If Arn Anderson knew and was aware that she was in that state, she shouldn't have gone out. But at the same time, it should not have just been Arn Anderson that was out. It should have been both of them. Or it should have been neither of them.
Right. I get it. I can't disagree with you.
Very angry about that.
Yep.
And I really don't know Arn Anderson, so it's not
it's
sometimes
just what was out there.
Sometimes people say, you cheer your friends and so on, but I have no skin in the fight with Arn Anderson.
Right.
I just think that's, and I don't care who the agent was. If it was anybody that got canned over her showing up drunk,
absolutely, I totally agree.
there wouldn't have been that situation if it wasn't for her personal choices. If the story's true.
We're going to move on. AEW announced another taping and another event, Fight for the Fallen, July 13th in Jacksonville, Florida.
This one is going to sell out. No question about it.
Why?
It's not a very big place.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't know if you were being facetious or
No,
what.
no, very
The
serious.
way you talk about it, I can't tell. That's why
If they can't sell out this place, they should close shop before they even begin.
They're going to sell out every shop they do, buddy. Everyone. Everybody loves it. It's just a bubble. Keep on getting bigger.
They haven't had one show yet, but everybody loves it.
Well, with no shows, they're doing pretty good with Double or Nothing, All In.
What I'm saying is that you haven't actually seen a show yet.
This one's going to get sold out. I mean, that's 3 shows sold out with no TV. That's pretty damn good. But like you say, it's a novelty. People like it right now.
All right, let me say this. If the event was the week after the Las Vegas one and it sold out, I'd be a little impressed at that point, even if it is a smaller venue. But like I told you in one of these previous interviews, they're going to run into the problem that where they have a very passionate, money-spending fan base, a lot of it is a traveling fan base. These people are not going to be able to afford to fly TV taping to TV taping on a weekly basis to see them.
We'll see what happens.
It's the reality of it.
We're going to see what happens.
I guarantee a sellout, though.
The owner is very wealthy, $7.4 billion. He was number 224
and that will keep them alive, no matter whether things go great or they go bad.
He has more money than Vince. Vince was 691 with 3.2. But anyways, from there, I was reading, we already talked about a little bit in our SmackDown, but Samoa Joe versus John Cena is the rumored match at WrestleMania 35. What do you think about that for the U.S. title?
Well, originally they had slated Cena against NXT's Lars Sullivan before Lars had his issues that has seen him take a little sabbatical, and we wish him the best with that. Joe and Cena is arguably a much, much better match. I don't think Cena was going to put Lars Sullivan over, so I think that's the better match for the show. If for some reason they really wanted to make Lars Sullivan a superstar and shock the world by having Cena lay down for Sullivan, then you had something really interesting.
Right.
But if it's just the usual formula they'll go with to be nice, I think it'll make for a really good match, better than anything Cena's done at WrestleMania. in several years now.
Totally agree. I'm excited for it. If that is the match, I think it's going to be a good match. Totally.
Yeah.
They're both of them are great.
I know
good
they
workers.
tore the house down when they did a house show run together.
Oh, really? Okay, so that's good. Well, look forward to it. Hopefully it'll happen. And then we have some sad news. Tommaso Ciampa has to be out for several months. He has an anterior cervical fusion he has to get done. They said he's late 2019, maybe early 2020 he'll be back. It just stinks because he's had such a good run. He's been on Raw now, SmackDown, but I don't know.
When I commit to having wrestlers come in to our events and so on, I always follow what they do. And unless it's someone I hate that winds up screwing us over, I have
like that one guy.
A great interest in seeing them succeed. To see Tommaso do so well has made me very happy right here in this TV studio. You look at Tommaso's body of work in the MWF. He wrestled WWE United States Champion Daniel Bryan in an MWF ring. You don't see that in 2019.
No.
People can say, oh, indie wrestling's so cool. You show me the WWE US Champion in an independent ring. You saw Tommaso in the MWF wrestle Eddie Edwards, Jay Lethal, Finlay, Low Key, Shelton Benjamin. I know I'm forgetting a couple. He was managed and was in a faction that was led by John Bradshaw Layfield when he was the Intercontinental Champion in WWE. That's not something you see on the atypical independents. So I've always believed you invest in the best talent. And to me, Tommaso was the best. I know everybody wanted the Daniel Bryan position at that event we had back in 2011 when he was the U.S. champion. He would have been, obviously it had to have been the right fit, but he was the perfect person for that fit. There were several people we could have put in that position. Tommaso was the best, and Tommaso was motivated to make the most of it. He was right here in this very studio to hype it up, hype himself up, and he did a great job with it. They went probably close to 20 minutes.
Oh, wow. Yeah, hey.
And just to see that his injury happened like that, you know who else he wrestled in the MWF? AJ Styles. I forgot about that one. So Tommaso had a heck of a run in the Uprising faction in the MWF. I don't know him as well as some of the other people that I've socialized with more, but just a grade A quality human being. Absolutely. In the ring, he has done some despicable deeds, some reprehensible actions, but I feel that's why he's the best heel in wrestling right now outside of, the work he put forth on Raw on those couple of appearances. But hopefully the surgery is a big success.
Absolutely.
As someone that knows necks, I feel the pain. Hopefully, in the long run, he won't be as beaten up as I am. But, just a loss for wrestling fans, a loss for WWE. Hopefully now he gets a chance to spend some time with his baby and come up with some evil, violent plans for wrestling when he returns later this year or in early 2020.
Absolutely. And then the last bit of news we have is tomorrow's the big day. WrestleMania 36 is going to be confirmed. It's going to be April 5th, 2020.
I'll tell you this, Reno Chastain's birthday.
April 5th,
Are you going to go pick him up in Palm Bay?
Oh, absolutely. And they're going to confirm that's going to be at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida. And I've said it once, I lived in Tampa, so I'm a big fan of this place. I love Tampa, Florida. I love Florida in general, so I'm very excited. I know you're very excited. Me and you will probably go together on this one and have a vacation plus WrestleMania.
I plan on being in the great state of Florida, the Sunshine State, a place where I never lived full-time, but many years I'd spend 2 or 3 months out of the year there as we had a family place. Other than it being in Orlando, I couldn't be happier than it being in Tampa.
Tampa's very easy to fly into. It's a beautiful, beautiful city. I lived there. I loved it. Easy access to get there. The convention center is easy to get to. It's beautiful. And the stadium's beautiful.
I'm sure WrestleCon will be in Tampa.
Yeah.
Maybe, who knows, maybe you'll get a chance to see Stone Cold again.
Yeah, I don't know. They'll probably do it at the convention center, I would think.
Well, WWE is going to have first dibs on it.
Yeah, but I'm saying, they'll do everything there. But then, I wonder what, and this, what is it?
Is it Amalie Arena?
I was just going to say,
NXT
the Amalie Arena is right there, too. It's easy to get to. All these places are very easy to get to, and you're going to be in beautiful weather. April's a perfect time because it's not too hot, not too cold. It's probably 75, 80. Exquisite. You're going to have everybody I can't wait for the announcement.
April and October, I always thought
11
were the 2
o'clock
best
tomorrow.
months.
Well, you're not going to see this tomorrow, but it's going to be 11 o'clock tomorrow.
It won't be at 11 o'clock, though. That's
it's 11 a.m. tomorrow. They're going to have the announcement.
Yeah,
I'm
I've already looked to get an idea what prices might be for the hotels, just to compare them to what they're going to be that weekend in 2020. But I'll tell you this, one thing that you haven't mentioned and a lot of other people haven't mentioned, it's going to be a much more interesting WrestleMania weekend next year in 2020 because a lot of the events are going to have to change around because SmackDown is going to be on the Friday at Amalie Arena, and it's going to end on Monday. So does that mean Hall of Fame goes to Thursday?
Wait a minute. So you think they're gonna? So explain. So you're saying they're gonna do SmackDown before
Well,
WrestleMania?
SmackDown's going to be Friday.
So they're gonna do SmackDown before WrestleMania?
Do you think they're going to do?
I'm just saying
Take
because
3 days off in between.
I don't know. I'm just saying because of the way they do it now. It's Monday, Tuesday.
Yeah.
Wow. So that's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
And you got to remember, AEW is going to be going strong. Then what are they going to have to do with that?
It would be preposterous for them not to try and plan a big live
Right,
event.
that's what I'm saying. This is going to be an exciting 2020 for Road.
This could be, now you know that they have skin in the game, if they're producing a weekly TV show, I will make a prediction right here on this very show. I was almost going to say January. What's today's date? March 6th?
Yeah.
I'm a little off. January, March 6th, one or the other. This could be the biggest weekend this century for professional wrestling.
Absolutely.
In April of 2020. And again, it is Reno Chastain's birthday.
And you're still going to have like your little ones with ROH, Impact, all those things are going to be going on. Man, it's going to be crazy. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited. And hopefully you guys just got excited too.
Oh, I mean, I'm packing my bag already.
Absolutely.
I'm not going to unpack from when I get home from New York.
No. Absolutely not. Why?
Well, I got to do the lawn.
Okay, so maybe. And then just throw it back in.
There you go. Exactly. All right. So do we cover? That's all the
it.
news.
Not much this week, but we got some.
All right. Well, you know what? That sounds like you on the phone apps. There's not always the highest quality there, but you wind up with something.
Yeah. Exactly.
All right, wrestling fans. We're going to take a brief time out. We'll be back to wrap up the show.
Edmonton on Friday, March 15th. WWE returns live as Braun Strowman and Baron Corbin collide in a no disqualification match, plus many more. It's the WWE Live Road to WrestleMania Tour Friday, March 15th. Tickets and WWE Superstar Experience packages are available.
They're ready. Ready to take their rightful place amongst the literary greats. Who, you ask?
The New Day!
That's who. It's the Book of Booty. Shake it, love it, never be it. It's the feel-good story of the rise of the New Day. Loaded with games, trivia, coloring pages, and so much more. The Book of Booty. Shake it, love it, never be it. Available now online or wherever books are sold.
Debut. On Saturday, March 16th. WWE Live returns on the road to WrestleMania as AJ Styles and Randy Orton clash for the first time ever in debut, one-on-one. Plus, Charlotte Flair and Asuka collide for the SmackDown Women's Championship. See Kevin Owens, The New Day, and many more. It's the WWE Live Road to WrestleMania Tour on Saturday, March 16th. Tickets are available.
Wrestling fans, welcome back. I know I'm excited. WWE Road to WrestleMania at the Mullen Center in Amherst, Massachusetts. I know you like the TV tapings, but unless little Marati comes to Raw to enjoy a great night of action, personally, I may look forward to the Amherst one the most.
It'll be exciting.
I love the non-televised event.
Absolutely. March 24th?
Sunday, March the 24th.
There we go.
Special 5 p.m. bell time.
I love that.
You like the early bell
I love
time.
it because you get out by 8, you get home by 10. It's beautiful.
I don't know why you'd start a Sunday house show at 7, but that's just me.
Exactly.
That's just me. All right, wrestling fans, again, remember you're talking about Fastlane. We're taking the Fastlane to Times Square, New York, New York. We're going to be part of WrestleCon for the 4th consecutive year. It's going to be a lot of fun. Who is going to be with us? That remains to be seen. I've been working the phone hot and heavy. I keep forgetting the charger, so it keeps running low. Dan Luck, as we like to call it. Friday night, March the 29th, right here at MWF Studios. Beautiful, downtown Melrose, Massachusetts. The zip code of champion 02176. He's back. WWE Hall of Famer Tony Atlas. He's not happy right now. He's ready to unleash on B. Brian Blair. He has physically threatened the man. And he used some very adult language in this week's Wrestling Insiders. I don't know if he wants to violate him the way the Iron Sheik threatened to violate Brian Blair back in this very studio in 2004. But Tony, as he so eloquently put it, wants to slap the shit out of Brian Blair.
Wow.
So you should
It's gonna
check
be
out
an
that
interesting
episode
one.
if you haven't already. Fastlane Sunday, you get the freebie, the full-length Memories and Legends, where Tony shoots on the 2006 WWE Hall of Fame when he was enshrined in Chicago, Illinois. We've got the eBay. Check out the page, some great merch. A lot of the cool things you see on this set, but don't worry, not the Four Horsemen set. I know you were a big fan of that.
That's mine.
You wanted to pay tribute to Double A after what happened with Alicia
Absolutely.
Fox, that rat.
And Ric Flair getting beat
Actually,
up.
forget about Alicia Fox. She should be Alicia Rat, but anyway. And then, geez, they still got them going. We got the eBay. We got the Patreon. You get early access, full screen, ad-free. A bonus is Memories and Legends, where we talk about Mean Gene and some other deaths with Tony Atlas. And I don't think I mentioned it during the Raw and SmackDown episode. WrestleMania Sunday at high noon on YouTube and BostonWrestling.com.
Yes,
It's going to be the MWF Town Hall meeting. It's going to be very, very interesting. For you fans that love what we do in Boston Wrestling Sports, love the live events, the autograph photo meet and greets, and so on, you're not going to want to miss this one. A lot has been happening behind the scenes. It's led to many of those go to bed at 4, 4:30 as the sun's coming up, and then up at 9 to come back to the TV studio. But for the man of the hour himself, I may steal the shirt. I really like the shirt. I'm even going to put it over on the end now. Yeah. It's a great design.
I like it.
Well, you need a little bit more cloth to cover me, but that's a different story for a different time. I'm Dan Marotti. Until we speak again, folks, you and yours, be well.
See the moments
Generation X invades WCW.
you'll always remember. Like never before.
Occupy Raw has taken over.
With Raw, the first 25 years, packed with rare photos, profiles of your favorite superstars, and so much more. From the very first Raw to the 25th anniversary, it's the ultimate guide to WWE's flagship show. Raw, the first 25 years. Available now